In this video, I'm gonna tackle one of the biggest complaints that I get from my clients and my students almost every single day. Why is my GC ghosting me after I send the proposal? They hurry me up to bid, I'm up to the middle of the night finishing a bid, I send it, and then they disappear on me. Then finally, when I do get a hold of them, they tell me, send me an email. Or they keep brushing me off and they keep telling me they're gonna get back to me, but they never do. If this is happening to you, there's probably something wrong with you. No, I'm just kidding. There's nothing wrong with you, but there is something wrong with your sales process. And in this video, I'm going to show you why they're ghosting you, how to get them to respond to you, how to get them to give you, to award you project after project after project. All right. So first of all, why is your GC ghosting you? There are several reasons, but I'm going to give you the top 3 right now. Number 1, they're busy handling 100 bids per project. General contractors get a lot of bids per project. So typically think about it. If there's 15 to 20 trades, let's say you get 3 or 4 bids per trade, you're easily looking at 75 to 100 bids per project. And remember, GCs are not real estimators. They're glorified proposal getters. They don't even estimate their own jobs. What they do is they get proposals from everybody. They put it in a spreadsheet. They tack on their general conditions, their overhead, their profit, their supervision, and boom, they submit that to their owner. So literally they're getting estimating from you for free. What that means is you are number 1 out of 100. So they might not even know you, or they might not even know who you are. Reason number 2, they don't care about you. As a matter of fact, most GCs don't even like subs. They have this like superiority complex that they're better than the subcontractors. I used to see the GCs talk down to subs and the workers all the time. You got to do this work because it's in the plans and it's part of your scope. I used to love when they would try that with me. Oh yeah? Show me in the plans. Oh, what revision number are you in the plans? Oh, let's open up the contract. Let's look at Exhibit A, scope of work. Show me the line item that says we have to do this. Or my favorite one, what's the specification from the engineer? Change order. So it's funny, my old boss used to call me the teddy bear killer because I have like this nice guy persona, but I was a savage at change orders and basically not getting screwed over by the GC. At the end of the day, you do have to be a nice guy and have a great relationship with your GC, but you always have to have the knife behind your back. You might have to use it sometimes. Bah, 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 bah. All right, let's get back to not getting ghosted. All right, so the bottom line is that the GCs don't really care about you, right? They need your bid. They need you to submit a proposal. They need your construction work, right? They need your supervision. They need your guys, your workers, but they don't want you. They don't care about you. So what that means is they're going to hurry you up for your bid. And then, all right, number 3, most estimators and general contractors are very disorganized and busy. Sometimes it just isn't their fault. They're handling multiple projects, they're handling a bunch of stuff, and things can easily get out of hand. And contractors notoriously are the busiest people on the planet. All right, so how exactly do we get these guys to respond? You send them a change order. No, I'm just kidding. You don't send them a change order. What I've observed is a lot of subcontractors will spend a lot of time estimating and bidding, but then they spend almost no time in the follow-up. And when they do follow up, all they do is send emails. Let me be very crystal clear here. Email follow-ups do not work. Last year, I did the budget for 2 12-story high-rises here in South Florida for a developer, and I got hundreds of proposals back. Now, a handful of them did call to discuss the project. Very handful, very small amount, but almost all of them would do all their follow-up through email. Every single day, I would get like 20 emails copied and pasted. Hi, estimator. We did the Mohawk and Ryder projects. Can I get an update? I was like, do you think I have time to respond to 20 emails a day? And you know how many people visited me? 0. And guess what? If somebody would have come to visit me, I would have sat with them. We would have looked at the plans. We would have looked over the project. I would have given them the developer's information. I know the owner's rep's number. I know the construction manager's number. I know the owner's number. I know all the people that are in charge of the project. I know all their phone numbers, and I know all their emails, and I know their address. And that would have helped them win the job. I could have even opened up the proposals and we could have cross-referenced the numbers so that they could have better data for their future bids, which is what I teach. But nobody visited me. So why would I give him more attention than all the other people? Think about it. 20 emails a day times 5 days a week, let's say is 100 emails a week, right? It's a lot of people to respond to, right? Versus one guy in like 11 months, right? Let's just say I would have had a few people come to my office. That's really not a lot of investment of time. And that's just common courtesy to, hey, look, let's sit for 5 minutes. Let's talk about it. Let me just give you the information. Boom, easy. Think about it. Why am I going to spend my time with these like 97 or 100 emails a week of people that aren't willing to spend the time themselves on their own job? Why am I going to waste my time also? If they don't care about their job, I'm not really going to put my time into it for them. So what's the lesson? Follow up in person. I can end this video now, and watching this video up to this point, it would have just been worth it just for that. But I have more for you. Ultimately, what we want to do in the long run is we want to build a portfolio of repeat clients that are going to send us job after job after job, multiple projects a year. And this is the way that you're going to get projects awarded to you almost automatically. Forget about the job. It's about winning over the client. If you win the clients over, the jobs are going to come automatically with minimal effort. So here's the thing, commercial construction has a little bit longer of a sales cycle. Typically small jobs take 3 to 6 months to hit. New construction or like medium to large jobs, they're usually going to take like 6 months to a year. And then really large jobs or anything that's like multifamily or that's just larger construction is typically going to take over a year. What happens is once you submit your proposal, the GC prepares his spreadsheet, puts on his costs, sends his final proposal to the owner. Then there's a little bit of back and forth. They're negotiating. They're getting permits, there's financing and loans, there's typically revisions and value engineering, trying to make the project more affordable. Remember, this is not a small little bathroom remodel. These are typically over $1 million contracts for the owner. So there's a lot of due diligence that has to occur behind the scenes. So because of this long sales cycle, we actually have an incredible opportunity to develop deeply rooted relationships with these clients. Now, not to get too scientific with you, but in sales and marketing, there's a psychological effect that literally humans have no control over. It's called mere exposure. So essentially what happens is the more touch points you have with a prospect, the more they're going to get familiar with you and the more they're going to like you and trust you. It's kind of like when you go to the same coffee shop or like the supplier that you buy from and you see the same people over and over and over. You might not even know their name, but you kind of like them. Like they're a nice guy. Like you might even say like, hey, how's the family doing, right? This is something human beings simply cannot control. It's built into our subconscious. So in sales and marketing, a cheat code is that you want to develop multiple touch points. So typically the research shows that between the 5th and the 12th follow-up, that's when contracts are given. So if you're not following up at least 12 times, you're probably shooting yourself in the foot right now. So the very first touch point you're going to want to have is a face-to-face conversation. So the easiest way to do it is you go to Google, you find the website of your GC and you find their address, drive up to their office, pull up, get out of your car, you walk into their office, easy. And then you use the line, hey, I was in the area and I want to meet you guys. And at the end of the day, it's not really a lie. You were in the area because as soon as you pull up and you step foot on the pavement, you're in the area. So I want you to think of this as layers. By going to visit, you've just went from being like an online anonymous guy to an in-person, professional, great first impression person that walks into my office, right? Humans are nonverbal. We look at inflections in people's conversation. Do they seem like they know what they're talking about? And let's talk about branding, right? If you're wearing a shirt with a logo, right, that's very professional. If you're wearing slacks, all this basically gives the person the impression that you are a professional business owner, right? You're not just some guy, with a bunch of drywall dust coming from the job site. I'm not saying it's disrespectful, but if you show up with giving them their place, putting them in a place of honor, right? You're coming in well dressed, you're investing the time to go see them. There's something different about that than just a phone call or just a visit from, with a bunch of drywall dust coming from the job site. Now you've kind of like passed your relationship to another level, right? You don't have a great relationship, right? Because they still don't really know you and you don't know them, but you've taken it past this online guy, right? This email guy. The next thing you're going to do when they do invite you to bid, you're going to call them. Hey, thank you for the opportunity to bid. We're definitely going to bid this project. We'll be sending you a proposal shortly. Or, hey, I did receive your proposal. We're going to review it and we're going to get back to you if we're going to move forward with bidding it. You see how right there you've done 2 touch points, like 2 easy touch points. So all we got to do is get 12. That's what we want to do. Then you're going to go to a job site walkthrough. Hey, everybody come to the walkthrough. Let's talk about the project. Boom, 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 right? Almost every single job at some point has a walkthrough. It's another touch point. I learned this from another contractor, a colleague of mine. He said that one time he went to a walkthrough and he was the only guy. And when he was talking to the superintendent and the project manager and the estimating team, they were like, you're the only guy that showed up to the job. I'm not going to consider this guy, or this guy. They're bidding it, but they don't even have the time to come to the walkthrough. Forget it. If you're not willing to invest in your job, why do you expect the GC to come and give you something? So you can do a walkthrough. You can go to their office and visit them. So over the next few months, you're going to have all these different touch points, right? You're no longer a stranger. You're a serious prospect in their eyes now. All right, so let me break it down. Number 1, visit them in person, establish that face-to-face relationship. Number 2, you're gonna create a follow-up schedule where you're gonna alternate a visit, a phone call, a text message, and emails. Yeah, you could do a little bit of email follow-up to not be annoying, but I wouldn't make that the main. And likely you're gonna be bidding more than one project at a time with these people. So whenever you do talk to them, you can kind of kill two birds with one stone and follow up on the other jobs that you have with them. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna follow up every 3 weeks religiously. You're not gonna mess up your schedule. You're gonna keep following up on that job until it's either won or lost. And sometimes this can take months. And I've even heard of jobs taking years to land. So don't stop. And step number 3, you're gonna like and subscribe to my channel so you can get notified and become a construction sales master. Actually, if you wanna crush it in construction sales, I can teach you my entire system where I teach you how to get leads. I teach you how to estimate projects. I teach you how to negotiate and how to scale your business into the multiple $1 million mark. We currently have about 400 general contractors and subcontractors in the community. And best of all, you're gonna get the step-by-step training on how to implement this in your business. And you're gonna get a weekly group coaching call where you're gonna have the opportunity to come in, ask questions. I'm gonna be able to guide you. You're gonna get me one-on-one to be able to help you and teach you and guide you on your next steps on everything that you need to do to scale and grow your business. The goal at the end of the day is to get you to your next million, your first or your next $1 million in commercial construction. So right now you can actually join for free. I'm gonna put a link right over here and also in the description. All right, so you're getting a bunch of potential clients and you're bidding a lot. What you're gonna find is that you might be bidding for the wrong people. In the next video, I'm gonna show you how you might be estimating to your GC for free and wasting your time. I'll show you how to identify the right clients so you can cut the time wasters and the ghosters and only work with the best clients. Go ahead and watch this video.